Hi Leo, it's Sloan Rhodes here with your spiritual guidance, life purpose, career, and money reading for April 2020, or whenever you come across this particular recording. It's always the right time whenever you come across anything in life. And then Leo, just to remind you that all of my YouTube videos are available in audio format and there are links below. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to get one card from the Esther and Jerry Hicks Money and the Law of Attraction, one card from the Life Purpose deck by Doreen Virtue, 3 cards from the Archangel Power Tarot, and then taking a peek at your money, one card from the Money Tarot by Eugene Vinitsky. Let's go ahead and get started. This is for beautiful Leo, fire sign. April 2020, Life Purpose, career, and money reading. Okay. Here we go. What if everything was always working out for me? And then under the deck, number 54, appreciation and gratitude are different vibrational or different vibrational states. Okay, I think I understand what she means by that. All right, so then we have 21. What if everything was always working out for me? I did 2 readings yesterday for Pisces, one reading for Pisces and one for Aquarius, and one of them got this, and I think it was Aquarius that got this. What if everything was always working out for me, Leo? What if you came to each and every moment with that understanding, with a deep well of belief that this was working out for you exactly as it was meant to do? How different it would feel. There would be no more feelings of being victimized, no more feelings that you were getting the raw end of the stick or the short end of the stick or the raw deal, right? What if everything was always working out for me? How amazing that would feel, right? And then we have appreciation and gratitude are different vibrational states. Okay, so from my understanding, my perspective, what this is referring to is this idea that, and understanding that appreciation, when you are appreciating something, you are appreciating it just for as it is, right? I'm looking out the window, the beautiful mountains that I can see. And today it's a little cloudy, so we have these beautiful gray mountains just sitting on top, clouds sitting on top of the mountains. And I can see a palm tree, and I'm appreciating the beauty that I can witness right now, as it is, right? Appreciate it for as it is. Whereas gratitude, when you're grateful for something, oftentimes we feel grateful that it's not something else, right? I feel grateful that it's not raining. I feel grateful that it's dry right now. So it's this either or, right? As instead of just an appreciation for just it, whatever is occurring as it is. So I'm appreciating the weather, the clouds, the mountains just as they are, as opposed to being grateful that I have it because in the past I haven't, or I'm grateful that it's not raining at the moment because it was yesterday. So there's I think that's what she's referring to, and I'm going to go with that because this is an intuitive read, right? So something for you to think about and play with here, Leo. Neither one is right or wrong, but when you are appreciating, when you are in a state of appreciation, you're open, you're available for things to just be as they are. And when you're open like that, you are available for inspiration, for ideas, situations, opportunities to come in because your view isn't so narrow, it's more open. So you have more of a all-encompassing perspective. And it kind of goes to this card here, because we see that this individual has a telescope. Well, when you look through a telescope, you're usually focused in on one particular thing, right? Really looking at it up close. So it kind of goes to this idea, like, what if everything was always working out for me? And for some reason the drawing on this, I always kind of feel like he's missing out on all the other things that are going on, because he's so busy looking at one particular thing. Now, that can work to your favor if everything around you is not going the way you want. And so you can look at one thing and say, what if everything was going on for me, and just focus on the one thing in all of that that is working out. But I see it more like it's a narrow viewpoint and you're being asked to expand it, to allow all things, even things that aren't your preference, to acknowledge that they're working out for you, to help show you some contrast so you can know what you do want, what feels better to you. I don't want to spend too much time on that, but that's coming through rather strongly here. All right, let me get the life purpose card for you, Leo. Being asked to kind of shift your vibration here a little bit, you know, bring a bit more awareness, a bit more consciousness to the things that you are showing appreciation for the things that you are focusing in on. Right? Appreciation for all things, not just the one thing. Again, sometimes it can work in your favor by focusing in on the one thing that really does bring you joy in a situation that's very chaotic. But I feel like in this particular reading, it's more about focusing in on the wider perspective. Okay. What's going on for Leo? April 2020. This time frame for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, here we go. Builder. Protected. You are safe and supported while you change your career. This is under the deck. You are protected, don't worry, Leo. And then we have Builder. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. He's kind of looking towards the past here. And we do have this idea about changing your career. And you know, that's not uncommon for that to come up during this time frame, because and it has come up for a few people, this idea of career change and all that, because even if you don't change your whole career, you're certainly changing the way you go about it. And with the Builder card here, I kind of feel like in some ways he's dismantling, and I use he because it's represented here as a male, dismantling some of the things in the past, but I feel like he's also looking to the past for inspiration. And I feel like it may be the wrong, it may not be the direction where all the inspiration lies. Let's put it that way, because we can see here the telescope looking in the exact same position, right? Looking towards what can be perceived here as the past for you, Leo. So I'm going to say this: turn your gaze all around. Spend as much time as you can looking at things differently. Maybe you always drive through your neighborhood. Now you have an opportunity to walk. If you ever walk in your neighborhood as opposed to drive, you see everything differently. Everything looks different when you're up close and personal with it. Or get down low. Sit on the ground. You know, and look at your apartment or your house differently. Or from across the street. You know, look at things differently. Your innate ability to build and create brings you that deep sense of accomplishment, yes, but you're doing it differently. You're being asked to flip it a little bit, because you know, looking towards the past, how you built your career in the past, or how you felt a connection to your sense of purpose in the world in the past. Everything's changing, so it may be a bit of a frustration for you if you continue to turn your gaze that way. Flip it around a little bit. Look around, use a mirror, look behind you sometimes. Just do fun kind of games to change your perspective a bit. I don't know why it's coming in like that, but it is. So it's kind of fun for you, Leo. And you are a builder. You know, you are Leo the lion. You are used to being in a leadership position. You like to be in the spotlight, you know. And build things. Build your career. You want to continue to build upon your career. Now, for some of you, it may be that you are actually spending some time building things. Your home more, you may decide to build some furniture, or you may decide to build your career in a different way. We do have your change your career here. It's going to be different for everybody. But I guess the main message that's coming through is widen your gaze, change your perspective. And the past, as we perceive it, may certainly hold some good memories, and you may have been happy with the way things were growing and you were building upon. You can still build upon. We're always building upon what we've done, right? You're not throwing that out, but you know it's important to be able to shift and change. Even when you're building something, you're building a home, or building a piece of furniture, or building whatever. Inevitably, something doesn't add up. Something doesn't dovetail. You've measured wrong, or the materials are different than you thought, or they respond differently. So you have to grow and adjust, right? You have to change. You have to be flexible, keeping true to the original design, but being flexible within it so that you can create and build with what's available, as opposed to what was in the past, right, in your mind. When you're looking at architectural plans, it's all on paper or on the computer screen. But when you're actually building things, it doesn't always work out exactly the same. So this is why, I don't know, interesting reading for you. But it can be looked at as a metaphor for life, right? So the way you've been building upon your sense of purpose and your career, definitely widen your perspective. All right, let's get some additional cards. You can still build upon what you've been doing. Absolutely. Just a matter of adjusting. And you know, sometimes we can get very rigid in our thinking. This is why it's important to recognize, what if everything was always working out for me, for my best and highest good, and the highest good of all concerned, even if it's not always my preference. And what's fun about the building metaphor is that you can always knock walls down. You know, you built it and you thought it was going to go that way, and then the building permits are removed and they're saying you need to have a beam there for structure, and you're like, oh no. And then, but you know, you can with materials you can do it. Of course, there's always cost involved, but you can change things. Is my point. No matter how rigid they seem, you can always change this. This was brought really clear to me one time when I was working with a landscaper, and I had like a concrete patio, and she's like, well, we'll just take that out. And I said, well, what do you mean that's concrete? This is way back in the day. And she said, well, we'll just cut through that. And I was like, oh, you can cut through it? Even though I knew you could, I guess, but it hadn't really occurred to me that that was a possibility. And then everything began to change for me. I was like, wow, there's so many possibilities, that even though certain things look really solid, they are removable, they are malleable, they're not forever, you know. And that was a very eye-opening experience for me in the moment. As silly as it was, I was quite inexperienced at that time. But the same goes for our thoughts, right? And our expectations or agendas. Deeply malleable. Always evolving. Okay. Alright, so let's get Archangel Power Tarot for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Okay, so we have the Knight of Gabriel, that's you, Knight of Wands in the recent past, and the Page of Ariel right in the center. And we have the Ten of Gabriel, another Wands energy. And then under the deck we have the Three of Raphael. Maybe a bit of just having fun recently with the Three of Raphael. Too much fun, maybe with friends or family, or just enjoying yourself in some ways with that card. A bit of superficiality, frivolity, this kind of thing. Under the deck, though. Okay, so it kind of lays out past, present, future, but they really just tell a story about this time frame. So we have the Knight of Gabriel in what can be perceived as a recent past, right? A lot of energy there. Like I said, you're kind of looking towards the past, and that's even kind of slightly, where you look at it, the horse is kind of going towards what we would consider the past, but she's turning it. So you're already making the shift. You're recognizing, okay, that what was is not what is now. So you're kind of adjusting. She's kind of adjusting it, which is nice to see. In the center, we have the Page of Ariel, the Page of Pentacles. That's a gift. That's something solid, right? Building. Pentacles energy is all about the earth, the money, the concrete manifestation of things. And so we have it right here in the center. So you are building on something that has weight, has the ability to stand the test of time. Can also reference going back to school and things like that, studying, scholarships being offered, this kind of thing. But really, I see it more as like working with your hands, getting dirty, getting in there, building things, doing things, being offered physical manifest opportunities and experiences here, which is really, really, really nice. Could even be a monetary gift. So nice to see for you. And then we also have the Ten of Gabriel. So, don't burn I said this to, who else got this? Was it Virgo? I think Virgo got this too. Don't burn the candle at both ends. Ask for help. You're used to doing things by yourself. You like to be in the front as the leader, the Leo, the lion, being in the spotlight. You're comfortable with that. But with the Ten of Gabriel, recognize that you can ask for help. You can share the load. It's not all on you here. The text of this card: ask your guides for helpful people to lighten your load, working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. And also, you can recognize that your resources include other people. You're a very resourceful person, but your resources also include your family, your friends, neighbors, this kind of thing. Again, keeping social distancing and all of that, but you have a lot of resources available to you. You don't have to shoulder it all alone. Okay, let's take a look at your money. Just aware of time, so we're going to keep going on here. But it looks like a very nice reading for you during this time frame. The key for you is to continue to adjust your gaze to include everything, not just what you're building upon in the past. You can certainly utilize that, but there's something fresh coming in here with the Page of Ariel. Something new being offered. Okay, let's look at your money. Remember, you are protected, you are safe and supported while you change your career. It may not feel that way, and it may not have been your preference that you change your career or change the way that you go about your career, but it's always working out for you, right? What if everything was always working out for me? Appreciating what is. The subtlety there between the gratitude and the appreciation. We've already gone over that. What's going on for Leo and money? Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is a spiritual perspective on your money. So we have the Ten of Cups in reverse, and then under the deck we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. It may have been that there was an outlay, or you just didn't have enough, felt like you had enough really, with that Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Or something that seemed solid didn't end up being as solid as you thought. With everything going on, that's understandable. Okay, then we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. So, with the Ten of Cups in reverse as it relates to your money, make sure that you are, anything that you're doing to make money or that is being offered to you as an opportunity for income or to make money, it may not be as great as it sounds. It may not be as easy as it sounds. It may not be as long-lasting as it sounds. So ask lots of questions there with the Ten of Cups in reverse as it relates to your money. Don't rely on just what's being told to you. You can go, it's not a super cautionary card, but it's letting you know that there may be some things that aren't as great about the money opportunity or the opportunity to make money that is all that it says, right? All that glitters is not gold here. Ask a lot of questions. Don't put all your eggs in one basket either. I'll say that. Okay, let's, in terms of money. You're very resourceful, you know. There's lots of opportunities to do different things that can create some revenue or income stream for yourself. But if someone's really talking up something, just, you know, ask a lot of questions and go in knowing that it may not be as great as they've made it out to be. And it could also be that your money situation isn't as great as, you know, if someone else is handling your money or in charge of your money and they're saying, oh, everything's great, you're in a good situation, you know, ask to take a peek. It's your money, right? So, you know, let me just take a look at, you know, send me the ledgers, or, you know, let me just double check here. Or this is a great investment, we're going to double your money in, you know, 2 weeks. You know, I would do a little more research. Okay, what's going on behind the scenes for Leo for this time period? We have the Hierophant, and we have the Six of Swords under the deck. I just do upright cards in this deck. We have the Hierophant. So way back in there, way behind the scenes, we do have you looking for that stability, looking towards an institution to help provide a sense of stability. You are moving out of troubled waters. You are moving forward. It may feel like you're thwarted in some ways. It may feel like you're not quite getting there as fast as you want, but you are. You're in control. You're in charge. You're the one who's building it. It's your choice. It's your option. It's the options that you are looking at for you, not the options that someone's giving you. You know, when we have the Hierophant in reverse, Hierophant under the deck here, you know, this idea of the corporation or the government or the institution providing things for you is very tempting and comforting in some ways. But for me, for you, you know, keep your options open. You are building for you. It's about your sense of building, what that means for you, what you are building, how are you doing it, having more control over that. But you do have help from the Hierophant here. It is there for you. And it may be something that's in the back of your mind. And maybe working behind the scenes as well to help you out during this time period. So, okay, I hope that you find that helpful. This is for Sun, Moon, and Risings. You can watch your other readings as well as the already released spiritual guidance video for each sign that I released, I think last week maybe. And in the meantime, I wish you much love as always, Leo. Till next time.